What's good, y'all? For my new Booksties, welcome. And for my existing Booksties, how y'all doing? Alright, Booksties, we made a bit of changes in here, so I hope you know what that means. It's time for an updated bookshelf tour. Recently, our favorite book cousin, the Hood Reader, put me onto an app called Reading List. So I scanned all the books in my library to figure out how much I read and how much are still unread. My physical TBR, if you will. Upon discovery, I have 106 books, Booksties. I also only have read 39 of them, which means 67 of these bad boys is still unread. I'm probably only gonna get to 65% because 2 books are part of a very long series, and these books that I own are not the first book in the series. What can I say? It was in Dollar Tree, they were closing. I tried to save them, I needed to save them. So until I get book 1, those will be left unread for quite some time. In total, we have 4 bookshelves in here, Booksties. So we'll start from the first one that I ever got in and work our way around. My goal is to turn around the books that are currently unread because I feel like that gives them a little mystery, you know? My mood reader ways have gotten in the way too many times. I did not read any books in June. At least I didn't finish any. So my goal is to turn around my physical TBR, and using the Reading List app when it comes to my unread list, I can shake my phone and be able to pick my next read. Well, maybe that will help me get out of my reading slump, my reading funk, and also get past my mood readerisms. So I'm sick of both. Alright, let's get this bookshelf tour on the go because your girl can yap forever if you let me. Let's start over here. Okay, starting with my corner shelf. This is my high fantasy, my Game of Thrones, and this one is actually the start of the Robin Jordan series, The Wheel of Time. I kind of started, then I put it down. So this will be considered a TBR, as well as all of these because I've only read the first book. Don't judge me. Onward. These are more of my romanticises, and honestly the only 2 that I have read are these 2, so everything else we turn around. There's 2 books on my TBR that I will not be reading anytime soon because they are part of a very long series, and I did not purchase the first book. I think this is like book 10 and this is like book 15. So they will be read. When? Whenever I get the first book, Booksties, whatever that is. Oh my gosh, there's so many books I have not touched. Are you kidding? No, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. That's okay. That's the point of this. This is transparency. This is my accountability to show that I need to stick to my physical TBR a little bit more. And I did read these 2 of them. These books would be what I would say are some of my faves. My romance shelf. Payback's a Witch. This is a sapphic romance. Ooh. Also kind of enemies to lovers. And then this is also part of the same series, From Bad to Curse. Read both of these, same author, and I think there's 2 more books in this series. Read these 2. I did not read this or The Last Love Note. I did read this Love Spells. These part of the same series. Abby Jimenez, did not read these yet. I started this and didn't finish. I might try to finish it this winter for a little bit of whimsy. Go. Purse, and then I feel like these both kind of have a theme of like enemies to lover. I can't remember this one too much. That's not just the first. I'm sorry. This is also romantasy. I did not read these two, and the only book I read is Fourth Wing. So let's turn these around. Which I'm not mad at because they're sprayed edges. I like the sprayed edges anyway, so that's kind of cute. And then all friends. This is kind of miscellaneous and all well, I didn't read this. I didn't finish this. But moving on. Technically, this was the newest addition to my room and is the TBR shelf. So everything on this shelf is unread. Even the ones I saw DNF, we turn around. Boop. All right. I definitely would say this is my favorite section where I typically record. This is a mix of historical fiction, literary fiction, as well as non-fictions, such as these, which are Michelle Obama memoirs, which are still unread. These two right here are unread, as well as Outlander. Love me some Emily Hugo, as well as Time Served, two books that I have read. It's also unread. Let me turn this one. And I've also unread. Oh my goodness. Do not judge me in the comments. Let's see. I've read Cursed Daughters and Monogamy. These two. No. And as well as this entire bottom row. We're not looking good, Booksties. Last but not least, this I would say is my favorite. And it's my thrillers, majority thrillers. I have my garans up here, jewelry, my perfumes. And then the bottom row is a mix of dark academia as well as dystopian, sci-fi, and I guess some dark fantasy. A majority of these I did read, if I'm not mistaken. Darling Girls I read, but not A Killing Cold. I read this, but not You. And I also did not read Like Mother Like Daughter or Return of Ellie Black yet. Let's turn them around. Ooh, Verity, one of my favorites. Oh, love that book. Don't Forget the Girl was a Dollar Tree find. The Teacher. So The Teacher, The Guest List, I did read. The Guest House, I did not. Or The Last to Vanish. Housemaid, I did. Just the Nicest Guy. One of these was a DNF. I can't remember which one. We're gonna move my little figurines for now. And my pens. And my Dobby sock. Okay. These two books I read and I love. Love, love, love. These two books I read and love. As well as King of Ashes. And The Patient and What Lies in the Woods. Such a Pretty Smile I read. I can't recall, but I did not like. But it's okay. Come on, Dobby. These are my horrors, which is Dracula and It, both of which are still unread. Ooh, let me shimmy on down. I have yet to read a Project Hail Mary. My dark academia stack is all unread. Book Thief, The Secret Life, Ninth House, If We're Villains. Sorry, buddies. Alright. I kind of want to just turn this around because I like the straight edge, but it is red. This is unread, as well as 𝚆𝚅𝚜𝚘𝚘𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘. Yep. This is like 800 pages. Can you blame me? Honestly, as well as Babel, these two are unread. But Starling House, I did read. I'm gonna slide you over. Slide you over. And I also read The Power. So, I need to put my figurines back, such as all my little guys. Boop. Boop. Oh no, Hagrid. Hold your book, bruh. Hold your book, bruh. Alright, Booksties, there we have it. This is what my physical TBR is looking like. So for July, I'm not doing a TBR or a hopeful list per se. The next book I will be reading on my list is Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow, which I chose randomly with the reading list app. And besides that, I have at least 3 different arcs that I have to get into this month as well. So you'll be hearing a lot about those coming soon. This just goes to show, and this also just proves I got a lot of reading to do, Booksties. So I'm gonna get to it. Let me know what you're reading currently in the comments, Booksties. And are you currently a mood reader? Do you go with the vibes? Do you have a reading list? How are you choosing your next read or TBR for the month? I will take any advice you got. Alright, Booksties. Happy reading. I'm out.